I might have to take a dump in the middle of this podcast.
Really? That's fine. All right, everyone. Welcome to the Baby Shower Podcast.
Heyo.
Heyo. You got a little heyo in there.
Yeah.
I like it. Is that your new sign on?
Heyo. I'm just feeling good.
Hey now.
Yeah.
That's Howard Stern.
Is that Howard Stern? How does it?
Hey now. Hey now.
Hey now. Heyo. Yeah.
Baba Booey.
It's nice out. It's not nice out. Why did I say it's okay out?
We're coming out hot to get. This is a Saturday pod. We're doing Saturday instead of Sunday day, and we're juiced.
Right? I think it's a game changer.
Yeah, because Saturday you still have a day of rest ahead of you.
Is that what's
Sunday
going on?
you're just like, shit, I got Monday tomorrow.
Maybe that's what's going on a little bit with Sunday, is we're going, the scaries are coming in.
Right.
Not that I have anything to do. I
Right.
have some things to do, but, you're
about
like,
to go do surfing lessons.
Yeah,
You're like, it's-
that's right. Oh, by the way, little quick thing. I talked to those guys.
They want me. I'm in. I already said that I'd be in.
Yeah, you are in. Oh, dude, if you actually in New York, if you want to be in it.
I want
This is
to. I don't want to
hilarious.
push it. I don't want to push it on you.
No.
If there's something, yeah.
we need I told him we could get like 3 or 4 people.
If there's
And
something,
you were in
and
my
it's-
head.
If there's something and it's at night or on the weekend,
Okay.
I can do it.
All right. I don't even know, but it might not be like a line based. It
It's
might
fine.
be like a line. You're
Yeah.
still in?
You probably don't even want me in the background. I'm too tall.
No,
The
I
space-
think
you- Can you imagine if you invite me and Choi over and you're like film guys?
Bro.
Like, what the hell am I going to do with these losers?
the only
They're,
two
they're
extras.
out of the screen.
The only 2 extras on the planet that don't work.
We
that
both
I bring.
We both ducked through the doorway to get in. He's like, Jesus Christ!
You would have
brought
to
the
duck.
circus.
You have to duck low in my room too. No, you're right. I don't. But we do need.
All right.
So
If
that's
it's at night or on a weekend, I can.
25th, 26th. Yeah, it'll be on the weekend. It'll be on the
yeah.
weekend. Because here's the other thing. I didn't think about. You go, I'm in. They want me. I didn't even think about this. But no, I locked them in for the pod.
Really?
Yeah.
That's sweet.
So I was like, hey, why don't we promote? We can come on the pod.
Right.
And we can hang. There's going to be 2 of them.
Promote a year before it gets released.
And we don't even know if it's going to be any good. That's
Right.
the best part. We haven't even made the thing, but we're going to start promoting early. That's when Cal
Was
goes.
he into it? He's like, yeah, of course.
He's-
All the pros promote early.
That's what he said. I didn't even think. I thought, I was like, hey, come on. It'll be fun. We can like talk about, filmmaking and stuff. And then he
Yeah.
was like, I can promote the short.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, I guess you could do that. I mean, we have nothing.
What if you're like, no. We don't want to do that.
In my head, I was like, I mean, maybe wait on that, but that's
Yeah.
fine. So
I like that.
I told him he was Sunday. I told him it was Sunday. We could do Saturday or whatever, but he was like pumped.
Whatever
And this-
day works.
And this guy Kyle's coming out. Listen to this. This guy Kyle Skinner used to be a D1 volleyball player at Ohio
man.
State. Okay, now he's trying to teach me, and like help me get ready to surf. Right.
Right.
Listen to this. He sends me an email. He's like, listen, I got a couple tasks for you. You got to start doing push-ups and things for balance so you don't blow your shoulders out like when you go out there, So
Yeah.
I haven't started any of that, just as an aside. I need to like start doing like he emailed
Can
me.
you imagine? I mean, that's another thing is not only do you have to act, but you also have to do a physical feat that you're not used to doing.
This is the biggest problem, actually. Like it's not, of course it's not I have to, the short doesn't work if I don't get up on the surfboard.
Right.
So there's a
You
real...
could be hours trying to
That's what-
get up.
It's very difficult. Have you tried? I didn't tell these guys. I've tried, and I've been very unsuccessful.
Have you ever gotten up?
Like for like a half second. You know what I mean? And then you fall.
And there's no like, oh, we'll fix it in post.
No.
With this, you need to be up for the full wave.
That's right. So he's nervous, and he's like, hey, you need to start working out. You know? And I'm over here like, listen, my character is a little heftier, all right? He eats Chinese food. He's not ready to surf, And they're like, fine, but he has to eventually surf.
Right. This isn't like a multi-year thing where like you can get out of shape and then they'll film the in shape part later.
Yeah, dude.
This isn't like Vinny Chase and Median where he like has to gain 200 pounds.
Yeah, and then like 6 months later they get me surfing.
Yeah.
So anyway, that's just funny because
who is this guy? How'd you guys find this guy? Is he buddies with your dude?
Yeah, he's buddies with Cal. He lives out there. He's like going to be taking us camping.
Oh, he lives in Ohio.
No, he lives out in L.A.
Okay,
He's
met your guy in Ohio.
I think at Ohio State he must
Ohio,
have.
right?
Yeah, I didn't clear that up.
All right.
But he's just, it's funny because he's like, he's pumped up. He's doing a lot of that. He wants us to like introduce us to people out there. But what's interesting is he's actually a documentary filmmaker.
Wow.
So now listen to this. He's going to be making a doc about the making of this short.
Which should be every movie or short.
Which you
should
love.
have a documentary
right?
about the back scene. Yes, the behind the scenes.
Yes, this is like one of your favorite things.
Behind the scenes is better than the actual scenes.
I agree. And I've been working on a BTS movie, a behind the scenes movie, a movie about the behind the scenes, which I love. But like, or just an idea.
You should make a movie about the behind the scenes
of the
guy.
Yes,
a movie about the guy that
right.
does the behind the scenes.
So you want to know? We've been thinking about this.
He's gonna come in here and I'm gonna be like doing push-ups and pretending to get in. And he's gonna be like, "Can we just get this guy? I think Hardy's out."
So this is what's making me laugh is when they come for the pod, they're also going to be making a doc,
right?
Which the pod's going to be in the doc.
That's perfect.
You know, so it's like we're going to be like, all right, behind the scenes, hanging. So now it's not just going to be Cal, it'll be Kyle too. Like, he'll be in here, like, I would assume, shooting shit for this side doc.
You guys are going to be leaving. I'm like, what are you guys doing late? Can I come?
Isn't this
what are you guys doing after the pod? I'll hang. You guys want to?
Oh, well, maybe we'll shoot actually right after the pod. Yeah, that actually we could shoot what you're in. That's so funny though, right? You're like, hey, what are you guys up to?
Yeah.
But by the way, the behind the scenes movie, the guy, his neuroses is that you can never get all the behind the scenes.
Right.
Right? Because then you always have someone that's not videotaping that.
That's what I'm saying.
It's this like Aronofsky, the movie Pi, where the guy literally unravels trying to get he's trying to figure out the BTS paradox, which is how you can get all BTS all the time.
Right.
But you can't do it,
Here's how you do it. Yeah.
It's so stupid.
I was going to say a BTS guy needs to film the BTS guy.
That's right.
But then you don't get that original BTS guy. By the way, if BTS is behind the scenes.
That's right.
And then you need someone to get all of that. But here's the thing. I was thinking to myself, I go, what if the BTS guy is just filming? They're filming each other.
Right.
So it's a mirror. But then you need a BTS of them filming themselves.
Of those guys. So it's the unsolvable paradox of BTS, which I think is just the funniest fucking thing. But this guy is going to be... So anyway, they're locked in for this pod.
What's the date?
The Sunday, like before...
The 28th?
Yeah, like at the end of the month.
All right, good. Because I'm doing my sketch on the 27th.
You are?
Yeah.
Okay, good. It's going to be so... I'm like, this guy's making all right, I guess make a doc about this short.
Hey, Kyle, you want to come film it? What if you just got really selfish with the BTS guy? Kyle, come over here. I got something.
Oh, yeah.
And you're like doing push-ups. You're like, get me doing push-ups. And you just keep on telling him to come over and,
Get me doing...
I think this would be good for your doc.
Get me fucking pumping up, getting ready. I couldn't believe when I got the email. I got to be honest with you. Like, he was like, hey, I got some tasks for you, You start doing stuff to, get more airtime. You're like, where the guy's like, it really just needs to be about Hardy. Like, you're manufacturing behind the scenes. Yeah. Like,
your director's like, we need a photo, like, we're going to work on this scene. You're like, yeah, but what if we get some more BTS? That's your more...
Miller, you and I would really get along because when we were shooting the flick, I was a liability like that.
Yeah.
I was all
I'd
about...
be pranking people.
Oh, yeah. All about...
Kyle, be ready at 8 p.m. There's going to be some pelicans coming in.
Yeah. We used to do these, we would be some of the fun things we would do is we would go, all right, quiet on set. Even if there was no, they weren't about to shoot, know, that throws everyone into a weird tizzy, or all right, settle in. Let's settle in. So I would just be doing this,
Did any of you guys have like a director's chair, like the classic like high chair?
Oh, that would have been legendary. That would have been all time.
We should get that for this pod. We should both be in high chairs.
Yeah, dude. Well, now that you got your killer new chair,
yeah,
that would be all time. I'm so like. By the way,
what were the other tasks? Go ahead.
No, that was the only. He was just like, dude, you need to like. Yeah. He's actually right. Like,
they're fat surfers. I mean, doing push-ups, you can still have a chubby core, right? You can still have a chubby core. Yeah.
That's right. He just wants a little bit of muscle endurance. Right now.
You just need to get your pectorals and your triceps. It's the push-up.
On the board.
Which, by the way, surfing, when you look at it, looks extremely easy.
Yeah.
Yet when when you talk about it with everyone, they're like, no, dude, it's impossible. Yeah, whenever I look at it, I'm like, it can't be that hard.
That's a really good point. I agree with you. Every time I watch it, I'm like, all right, come on. The wave takes you.
Especially when you see people on the beginner waves that isn't even a wave. It's just kind of like a ripple.
Yeah. It's
and
like
they're practicing on that. You're like, well, that's your issue. You have no momentum. You need an actual wave to get up on.
It's so difficult. Yeah. And if it's kind of like rough, it becomes like even more challenging. So I don't know, man. I got to be honest. Like I was like, I got to like get up. I'm just staying positive about it. You know, I'll probably start doing some exercises to be able to like be fun.
You want to know what you could do?
Yeah.
It's a little late for this, but
yoga?
No, you could go find some waves.
Oh, yeah.
Get like a really warm wetsuit.
Yeah, and go out to like
Surfboard.
Rockaway.
Yeah, go Rockaway and do that move in like the 40-degree weather. That'd be badass. Because everyone out there is like serious surfboard. No one's learning how to surfboard in 30-degree weather in January, February.
Yeah. No, it would be learning how to surfboard's great too. Right. I like that. Learning how to surfboard.
Yeah, learning how to surf.
That's a good that would be smart of me. What I'm gonna do
but it's too late.
Yeah, I'm gonna ride it out. But this guy's great, and he's gonna be
don't want to pick my nose on the pod.
Yeah, he's gonna be coming. He's not doing anything. He's gonna be popping out, and I was pumped to. That's what I was pumped to lock him in.
Is that a set list right there?
Yeah. So this was on the.
That's 1 through 5. You have nothing else. You're like
So we can go. This is actually good. We can go through mine because I'm still eagerly anticipating I know you're waiting to do something.
Yeah, it's not that. We can do that whenever.
I got the idea for the. I told him locking in the podcast guys.
Yep.
The lady at the laundromat told me.
Should we hire Samaha to film that so that he can have BTS of the BTS?
Oh,
he'd be pretty impressed if we didn't tell him, and we just had a camera crew here, and he's like, "Whoa, what the hell is this?" I thought
that would be big.
And you're
time.
like, "We're doing our own doc." We got multiple docs going.
That's such a money way to son a guy. Hey, yeah, come on in.
Don't mind them. Don't look at the camera.
Don't mind them. They're shooting Hardy.
Pretend they're not here.
Yeah. Like Along Came Polly when they shoot Philip Seymour Hoffman.
You come off the plane.
Like I paid
you come
these
off
guys.
the plane in LA for the short, and there's a full film crew following you, and the guys are like, "What the hell is this guy?"
I have this deep fear that we're gonna go out to LA and we're gonna be like the guys that like you're like, look at these fucking idiots.
Yeah.
Because we're going to the beach.
You won't be that. I mean, no one's in LA right now anyways. So.
Yeah, right. There's no one like.
Yeah.
But it's just funny because we're like literally going to be like at the beach, like in the water, filming me trying to surf.
Right, but
getting off the plane though, dude, with a bunch of fucking dudes is so good.
Yeah.
Yeah, get me getting off. You got
shades. You have a nice like fur coat.
Dude, this is what I'm going.
It's 80 degrees out. You still have a fur coat on. You're sweating bullets.
Just like, are you getting this?
Yeah.
Dude, this is what I'm going to do them with, though. Look at this double denim piece.
Yeah.
This is me getting ready for Cali.
Was that the Canadian tuxedo?
Yeah, double denim. It's not bad, right?
Yeah.
It's insane a little bit, but that's why I like it.
No, you'll fit right into LA there.
Yeah, I got the rips.
Double denim, yeah.
I'm getting ready, dude. I'm getting ready. I'm zoning in.
What you should do is have a full Michael Jordan jersey and shorts combo.
Oh,
come full MJ.
Oh, dude. Well, I got the Nick
pants.
jersey.
Yeah.
Okay, so we knocked that off the list. My denim outfit was like on my list.
And you didn't like what I had? I just go, no, what you should do is have a Jordan jersey. You're like, no, let's stay on the denim. Don't graze over the denim.
I literally just wanted to say that I had the denim. The laundry lady related to last week's app. I went back in. She told me. She told
you that she watched the episode. And she didn't like what you said about her.
She was like, Mr. Hardy, I listened to your podcast. You need to revise your
We were
statements.
unaware that you were aware that you were a nuisance to us too. But now that you're aware, you can't do it anymore.
Yeah, now you're aware.
So what's the update?
She goes, you gotta come in here and get your clothes quickly. Because I go, should I come back tomorrow for the clothes? Because they don't dry them. And she's like, no, you need to come back.
Within 3 hours.
She goes, you need to come back today if you have time. Because otherwise the homeless will steal your clothes. Which is clearly what was happening.
That'd be great if, like, whoever, like Colin and, like, is walking around and he's like, isn't that Hardy's Knicks jersey?
Yeah,
isn't that Hardy's denim? They're like...
That homeless guy's got one killer Britney Spears tee.
Where's
that from?
He's wearing the Britney Spears tee and the chopped up denim, and Colin's like, Hardy, and he turns around and the homeless guy has the beard and the hair too.
Right, he wouldn't even notice till like he's like right in front of him.
You've aged.
Yeah.
I've got an update. So they, I got my clothes right.
Yeah. Oh, you went back and got them.
Right. It was in my same bag, but they had cellophaned it together, right?
Yeah.
So here's the predicament. Is that I don't know. You don't know what's in the laundry bag.
Yeah.
So I don't know if I lost anything or not. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's just in the ether. And I know that in like 6 months from now,
right,
I'll be like, where'd that shirt go? I had that shirt. But I won't be able to think back to this day in time.
Yeah.
So I'll just be constantly thinking about the shirt.
Yeah. This is a real terror that occurs.
I won't have the wherewithal to be like, oh, it might have been from 6 months ago.
This is the exact concern I actually had recently when you brought this up to me. Is I was like, I think I might be missing stuff, but I just don't know.
Yeah.
How would I know? Unless it's like something you really, really, really like.
That's what I came to the conclusion of, is that it doesn't matter unless it's a really solid piece, right, in which you will know. Nothing that you can lose in the laundromat is really that valuable.
Yeah, because you don't even know when it goes.
It's a piece of clothing.
Yeah, that's how I try to stay abreast. Yeah, I'm like, whatever.
It's very zen. Once again, I'm turning into Hardy. If you lose it, did you ever have it?
Yeah. It's gone now, right?
Yeah. But yeah, I got a new bag, and I'll be bringing it over to them. They'll be like, this guy's got his stuff together. He's got a new bag.
Oh, you got the new bag already?
Yeah.
That's killer, dude. That's sweet.
It costs like $10. Here's another thing. My girlfriend has been my bathroom. I've got for my shower, I've got one of those plastic curtains, you know, to block the water from getting out of the shower.
Yeah.
It's like a plastic curtain. There's some mildew forming.
Oh, I have that.
And she's like, you need to clean it up, right? And I looked online. I was like, I got this curtain for just $10.
Yeah.
Why don't I just get a new curtain?
That's what I did one time, yeah.
Instead of cleaning it off?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, once, like, I kind of let it get too far, too.
Yeah.
I let it get too far. And then
Where it's, like, red and yellow.
Yeah, and then
Isn't that weird how, like, it's red and yellow? You're like, where's this red come from?
Yeah, it gets really bad. Yeah. So I swapped it out. But I didn't pay. I paid like $6.99 or something. So I was like, what am I doing? I need to do that more often, though. I actually cleaned my bathroom last night, which was like the first time in so long.
What'd you do?
I just like clean the tub, the toilet, the sink.
Yeah, but did you get like a glove on, or what'd you do?
I just used like cleaner and paper towel.
All right.
I had a glove. I did have a glove.
I was thinking about getting. I don't have any. Like, do you have shower cleaning formula?
No, but I did have some bleach. I have like a multi-surface guy, and then I did bleach in the shower.
All right. I was thinking about doing dish soap.
Dish soap.
Because that's all I got.
I mean, that's fine.
I think it would work.
It's not. Yeah. It's not the best.
What's the difference? You think the stuff in
the
stuff in dish soap is that far away from the stuff in a multi-surface cleaner?
This is where a mom is helpful, because I don't actually know. You might be right. It might not be that far.
It's going to get the coloring out.
But
it's going to get the mildew out.
I do think there's some stuff in there that like
you don't want on your skin.
Yeah, and like it's just stronger stuff to get stuff off the tub, you know?
Yeah.
Stuff like that. Like I don't think you want to just use
dropping deuces in my shower. I don't know what. That'd be a great move. Some guys unaware. Well, you guys pee in the shower, right? Yeah. I do deuces. Yeah. I thought everyone drops deuces.
We're doing deuces in the shower. Oh my God. Yeah, dude. No, I just hadn't cleaned the bathroom.
Yeah.
It's not a good look. So I've like I revised and now I'm pumped. I'm ready to go. Yeah.
There is something about cleaning your house and your apartment and stuff like that, and your bathroom, which makes it afterwards very nice to be in.
Yeah, it really does. I've had to like overcome this a little bit though, because I get into the like, what's the point mindset. I kind of catastrophize. I go, oh, this will take forever. Like this kind of stuff, and it's not good.
Yeah.
You know, I actually took like a quiz on like depression like the other last night.
Quiz?
Yeah.
You're taking quizzes?
A quiz.
Throwback to the quiz episode.
Yeah, a quiz. The stroganoff was so good, dude.
Yeah.
In the quiz, you know? I want my pen. I'm looking for my pen. I think. Talk. I'm going to grab my pen.
There's another thing. What was I going to say? Something that I've noticed. It snowed in New York City a lot the past like week and a half, right?
Yeah.
And I think people that aren't in New York City don't realize how terrible the outside is for weeks after snowing. And not just because the snow is all like discolored and gross and it stays, but once you think about it, a lot of people don't realize in New York, when you throw away your trash, they throw it away on the sidewalk. There's literally just trash bags on the sidewalk. So if it snows on top of the trash bags, and they just sit there for weeks. So what I've noticed is in these snow piles that have yet to thaw, it's just disgusting trash.
New York is disgusting right now.
Especially right now.
Oh, it's like have you looked at
pandemic? It's like terrible.
Masks. Dude, there's just like some of them. There's just like overturned trash. It's not in a trash bag.
Right.
It's just a trash can kicked into the street.
Opened up trash because
yeah.
The rats apparently normally feed off of the trash from restaurants. Dude. You know.
Yeah.
Like a restaurant might throw away. So that's a isolated case. Now the rats have nowhere to go.
What do you mean?
Other than the residential. Like, let's say there's a restaurant.
Right, but
Carbone, right? Carbone.
Carbone. I love Carbone.
Carbone, fantastic restaurant.
But the rats like the trash. No?
I think they like the food in the trash. I don't think they're eating plastic.
Okay.
Right, you know?
Right.
All the bread gets stale. They throw out the bread in the garbage.
Into the
street.
The street.
Rats go and they're like, this is good Carbone bread. Right?
The Ratatouille rat goes, hey, take a look. I got a score.
Right. And I'm sure only the high-level rats are able to go to Carbone. You have to work your way up to the Carbone trash.
That's a great point.
You don't get past a Carbone when you're first-year rat.
Right. You go down the Quiznos.
Right. You're a Quiznos rat.
I don't think I've seen one Quiznos in New York. But
if you get good at Quiznos, you might be able to go up a few blocks. If you have a couple good nights at Quiznos.
Yeah, because homeless people are probably eating Carbone's trash. So rats that's like top notch. You know what I mean? Like, come on. Hey, you're not coming over here.
Which, by the way,
I would eat Carbone's trash.
No. I'm not eating any trash because you don't know what they did to it.
Oh, that's why you're not eating it.
It might be tainted.
Like with what? It's trash. Well, how much would you have to go in? I mean, listen, I'm not going to eat trash, but if you had to eat trash, what restaurant's trash do you eat?
That's a good question. It has to be something. It has to be something. Depends on what time of year too.
Whoa, that's brilliant. That might be the smartest thing you've ever said on the podcast. That's unbelievably.
If it's hot out, it needs to be a hot dish because it needs to. You know what I mean? I'm not eating a hot dish. Something that is served hot when it's winter because it's going to be cold. In the winter, I'm eating cold foods.
Yeah, it's trash and it's cold.
Right.
It's a double whammy.
Right.
It's already trash.
Right.
If it's now a hot dish that's cold, I'm
not eating soup in the winter. In the summer, it might still be pretty warm.
Oh, there's something for me that's a little grotesque about eating warm trash. Is that make sense to you?
I guess in neither scenario you want warm trash. No, I want it to be ice cold.
I think what you're saying is smart then. Maybe what you do is you go winter and cold dish.
Right.
Because then you don't have to deal with it's not a warm dish that's gone cold. So you're not dealing with the like, oh, this is frozen over.
Something that's preserved too. If there's some sort of trash where it's in a container.
Yeah.
That immediately
I think this is
goes above anything that's in open air.
I mean, if you're a human being and you're going through trash, I think these are standard principles you learn. You know what I mean? Like, don't go.
You learn it first trash digging. It doesn't take a year to get this information.
No. I mean, some guy's probably hitting you on the thing like, come on, wake up, Rook. That's exposed. Dig deep. Find the stuff that's in wrappers.
That's soup.
Never eat soup in the trash. Can you imagine
this is disgusting. Can you imagine a soup trash and what they do is they just poke a hole in the bottom of the trash bag and lift it above. They just drink the soup out of the trash.
Is it just me or do you have those weird traumatic thoughts where you see the like weird dirt water that like accumulates from the curb to the thing and you go, oh, if I was on fear, could you make someone drink? Would they die?
They
would die, right? They'd die. I think if you drank that, you would convulse and then die.
I think you would just turn into Splinter immediately and scurry into the.
It's like, that's a positive reaction. You're like turned into a weird superhero.
I saw some guy was outside Dan and John's, and he had a brownie in his hand, and he dropped the brownie on the ground. He looks, he goes, oh, no, and he picks up the brownie.
Oh, no.
Picks up the brownie, dusts it off, and continues to eat it. And it wasn't even, here's the thing about the spot that he dropped it in.
Yeah.
It wasn't like, it was almost like there was a stain. You could see some sort of stain in that spot.
There was a larger stain.
It wasn't the color of the rest of the sidewalk. And I was like, dude.
You know what's weird about motherfuckers like that? Do you need to dust it off? You're getting what you're getting, player. You know, like, come on. Maybe you do like a sweep, I guess, for larger items. That's disgusting.
You want to know what I would do? Unless it dropped and rolled. If it dropped flush and didn't move at all, I would find a knife and cut the half of it off. And even then, I wouldn't feel good about it.
No, even then, I think there's a little bit of you that's like, here's what comes up to me, right? It's like the risk reward becomes almost
I almost wanted to give him another $5 and be like, get another brownie, dude.
This is what I'm saying, though, Miller. Think about the risk reward that becomes, right? Now what? It's just a brownie, dude. Like, do you need this brownie?
And also,
but dude, on the risk side, it's like, get sick, let's say 2 to 3 days you could cost yourself. Easy. Right. Or $4 brown, like it just all of a sudden
also, do you need a brown? It's a type of food that isn't needed. It's not like you dropped the sandwich that's like nutrition.
Right.
You didn't need the brownie. You shouldn't have had the brownie in the first place.
That's the universe telling you you're a fat shit.
Right.
Hey, maybe don't have the brownie.
And I saw this.
That would be so funny if he did that to the guy. Hey, maybe don't have the brownie, right?
As he already has in his mouth, he's like.
Yeah.
I was waiting for him to look around to see if anyone saw him, and I was just staring right at him, and I was waiting to kind of give him a little nod, but he didn't even do that. He didn't care if anyone saw it. He just kept on going about his business.
I don't think, dude, look, what's the positive on food, right? It's so you're not hungry anymore. Maybe it tastes a little good, right? It's not like that piece of brownie, he has the opportunity to get 10 grand.
Right.
There's no positive.
There's no golden ticket in that brownie.
Then I understand the dirt. Then I understand the dirt. You know what I mean? Like if the brownie had like an engagement ring in it, you know, pick it up, right? If it,
can you imagine? I'm watching this. He puts in the brownie, and then he pulls out an engagement ring, and I'm like, oh, that's why. He needed.
Babe, get over here. Yeah. Come on. You really needed to have this brownie. This guy. And then
he drops the engagement brownie, and his girlfriend's like, don't do it. What are you doing? She's like telling him. She like starts getting mad at him.
By the way,
he's
this
like,
happened to
He's
my
like,
boy.
No, you'll see. And then like and then it's like, oh shit, it's that other brownie that has the engagement ring in it.
It's a different one.
So he can't even pull out
and
the
then
ring.
He can't find it.
Yeah,
he's just eating everyone's muffins.
He's like grabbing everyone's brownie. He's like, no, I need that brownie.
This is a sketch. He's eating everyone's muffins at the fucking thing. They're all like, what the fuck? He's, oh my God, I can't find the fucking engagement ring.
Gets the cops call him. He gets arrested. He's trying to explain himself. No. I swear. He's like, you can't. You're in the slammer.
Dude, that shit's like real though, because my buddy, when he proposed to his wife, she like... He was like trying to get her to leave the place and like park the car, and she was like giving him shit, like at every stage. She was like, "Rich, because the plan made no, it's too different. They have a routine. They like their routine, so getting her to do other things was like actually didn't make sense."
Right.
So she's like, "Rich, I don't want to go walk the dog right now. We walk the dog," and he's like, "Babe, let's go with the dog." You know, like she's like really fighting him on it. It was such a great story.
Check the dog's poop, honey. Just check it.
What do you think's like the best engage? Have you ever thought about the most ridiculous? I saw one where this guy, have you seen this video? This guy, I was like, this guy's a legend. He pretends a plane is crashing that he's in with his girlfriend, okay? So
a private plane or like a commercial? So everyone else is like everyone else thinks it's crashing too. And then, like, it turns out to be an engagement, and he expects everyone to be, like, okay with it. Oh, it's it, but everyone's still mad at him. No. I don't care that this was for an engagement. Not cool.
That's a movie.
He tells the pilot,
That's so funny. It's a movie.
Hey, an hour in, can you just do a nosedive? The pilot's like, what? I'm trying to propose I'm trying to propose here.
Just ask her to marry
a little turbulence. I'm not asking for much.
Yeah, I can't put the entire company in jeopardy because you want to ask your sweetheart to marry her. No, come on, man.
I'm only a couple years in, dude. I can't. I got a whole career in front of me.
Come on, man. How about a little turbulence over Des Moines? And he's like, nah, well, get the fuck. How did you get back here? You know? Stacy, you got to stop letting these guys back here.
He's mid-flight. He's knocking on the door. He's like, are you going to do it or no? Let me in there.
Right. He's like, listen, at the very least, just say something over the loudspeaker.
Yeah.
Just say, hey, we're about to come. It appears as though the plane is losing fuel.
Just pop the airbags. I know you got a button up there that can pop the oxygen tanks.
This fucking guy, dude. That's fucking funny. Come on, man. I know. I know what you can do.
Listen.
No, it was a Cessna.
There's $20 in it for you. he palms him $20. The guy's like, $20. This is my career.
You know what'd be really funny? If he like mugged the pilot before the flight and it turns into like almost like a 9/11 scenario. Yeah. So he takes the plane to like propose to his girl, and then like he gets landed and arrested.
He drugs the pilot so he falls asleep and they have to go on the intercom. Is there a pilot on the plane? And he goes, yes. And his wife's like, you're not a pilot. He goes, just watch. And he saves the plane.
And then he goes up to his girl and he's like, will you be my pilot and I'll be yours? And like the plane's like fucking going down. And she's like, oh, it's so nice.
He's like, he's supposed to be up by now. The drugs were supposed to only be 20 minutes. Come on.
That's so funny, dude. Taking over a fucking commercial airliner to propose.
Yeah, that might be the most ridiculous proposal.
I did see one that I actually kind of want to take if it happens. In the movie theater. You do it. No, but like it's on screen. So you project
a live stream.
Yeah, no, it's like in a you put it, you fake her, you fake her out.
Oh, it's like a commercial.
Yeah, like the movie comes on, it's like da-na-na, you
so
put together a little thing. Yeah.
So you film a scene at home of you kneeling on the ground.
Yeah.
With a ring.
Yeah.
And then she's like, oh my God. And then she looks over and you're on your knee.
That's right.
That's what's going on?
Yeah. Right. In the movie theater. Right. So then she turns and you're like, oh, hey, what did you think?
Yes.
So listen.
By the way, there needs to be more women that say no to the proposal. That's something that needs to happen more.
This is a bit.
Because everyone that watches it has a story for life.
Yo, that's such a brilliant point. The problem with proposals a lot nowadays is I don't feel the potential downside.
Right.
I need to see more failed proposals.
Yes, there needs to be something on the line.
This is brilliant. No, seriously, it's like knowing if you know stand-up's going to do well, it's no fun.
Right.
You got to know things can go wrong. And too often when I watch a proposal, I go, whatever,
Sometimes I wonder how many people say yes just because there's people around, and then when they get back home, she's like, by the way, it's a no. I just didn't want to embarrass you.
Here's what I bet happens more than that is they get home and she's like, I want to talk about a few things.
Yeah.
It was a yes with an extra, but I didn't want to make a thing out in public. You know what I mean? Like, I'll marry you, but we're not living at your parents'. Because there's no reason. If someone did that straight up because there were people around, that's a hilarious dilemma.
You want to be a great
like, are you kidding me?
A great public, like public pranks, where there's a guy in a
you mean like Jackass?
Yeah, like a Jackass thing. But where you go in public and a guy proposes to the girlfriend, right? And everyone
pranks.
Starts clapping.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, some other guy goes, "No, Christy," and he sits down and also proposes, and she has to choose between the two of them.
Oh, Miller, you're on fire today.
And the public has to watch. That'd be a great hidden camera.
Yeah. And you don't see that enough, too.
Yeah, you don't see that much. Two men that think they have a chance of marrying the same woman.
Where's the movie on? I've never even seen that. In the movie, you always see the guy come to the altar.
Yeah.
Where's the guy that
at the proposal?
Yeah,
he goes, I'm not. It's too close. I'm a guy that plans in advance.
Yeah, Christy. No, Christy. I was gonna ask you. She's.
Where's my ring? God, does anyone have a ring? He like grabs some woman's hand. Just let me borrow it, all right? I'll give it back.
That's a good prank. That's a good prank. I think people might know though, because you have to get brilliant actors.
Yeah,
it's a little ridiculous. But as a scene, I can't believe I haven't seen more of that.
Yeah,
the proposal.
I'll be in your new movie. I'll be watching your new movie. And I'll be wasn't that in the fucking?
You're going to see
fucking
a
Hardy.
You're going to see that. I still think the no. I got to see more no's.
The no's need to happen more.
You know what it is, though, too? The problem is you don't ask unless you're like 98.
Yeah.
You know, you're not, if you're at 90, I don't even think you're asking, right? You probably even talk about it with this is a problem is no one's really going for the marriage like at 50-50. You know, I don't really know what she's going to say. You know, we haven't
to be honest, I think most people talk about it a little bit first.
Yeah, so it takes the spunk out of it. That's why, you know, it takes the juice out.
I'm pretty sure, I don't know this, I'm pretty sure my dad, the way he proposed.
Your dad's a legend every time
I'm pretty sure he was just like, he looked at my mom, he's like, I think it's about time to get married. like I'm pretty sure, I think I heard a story about that.
Oh,
I think it's about time we get married.
After my own heart. Talk about a fucking workman's blue collar fucking proposal. I think it's about time, Diane.
I will say something.
What's your mom's name?
I think Janet. I do think all these like crazy proposals are a little overboard.
There's something that pulls a little bit of the panache out of it. It's kind of backwards. You'd think it would be so cool,
right?
But there's something less intimate about it. You know, it's like, did you really need the flash dance?
Yeah.
The
flash mob in Central Park. 200 like square dancers.
Like,
say yes. They got it choreographed.
Because it's less. It's not as much of a shared.
And there's
moment.
Also there's also these pictures that surface of the proposal. And I'm like, what was this person hiding in the trees for hours?
Yeah.
Like waiting for this person to come up. I don't understand how where these pictures come from.
It's funny to say surface too with pictures. That's a brilliant word. That's a comic right there. Pictures surface. It's great when things surface.
Yes.
Like they're
surfacing is very.
You know, like
they shouldn't have been out in the first place. It assumes. It assumes that these pictures were never intended for the public eye.
This guy's like, what do they call it?
Motion.
He's like, it looks pretty bad.
Yeah.
It's like when you rock climb and you like, you push off the rock.
Yeah.
And you got the rope to the rock. He's scaling like a tree.
Yeah.
You know, like some of these guys are so insane. They're like 400 feet up on a tree and they're like, my babe's down there.
He's parachuting in. He's hang gliding in.
Honey!
It's all blurry.
Know? Yeah, that would be hilarious. It's like, honey! And then you see him just going to the top of a tree. No, seriously, some of these guys, listen, let me finish this. So
go ahead.
He's on a Cessna. One of those like lawnmower planes. Do you know those? It's like I took for my dad's 65th birthday.
Uh-huh.
I bought us a private flying lesson.
No.
Yeah. Or I'm sorry, a 60th birthday. It was a killer move, dude. We flew out to this airfield. We got on a fucking...
That is an amazing gift.
It was a great gift, right? Yeah. I was like, oh, this is it. I saw it on... You're going to laugh. Groupon. The shit you can buy.
The private lesson industry for flying must really be hurting.
Dude, it was like $300. I was like, all right, we're going out one day. Get there. Kid named Steven, 25, works at the mall. He's our pilot. Okay? I'm like, oh, this is not.
He's got a Best Buy shirt on.
He straight up part-time is learning to fly. Okay? My dad's got his shades on, his leather jacket. My dad looks like...
He knew. It wasn't a surprise.
No, it was a surprise.
Yeah.
No, it was a surprise. I drove out to Connecticut. I said, Mom, make sure Dad's at home at CT tomorrow. Or this coming up. I got a surprise. So I think my dad kind of knew something was afoot.
Yeah.
He didn't know what. I'm thinking he's gonna be the one that's terrified or whatnot. I'm like, I've been in 1,000 planes. On the way up, I had a straight up panic attack. I was so frightened, dude. Because the plane's so small.
It's like one of those two-wheeler planes. Where like the tail is like just like gliding on the ground.
That's right. And it's like this, and you can feel the bottom, you know, and you're like, oh man, this is not
the pilot before he gets off, he's like, ah! He's like really trying to pull it up.
That's what I'm saying. I was like, Steven, come on, like
a pilot grunting.
Come on, baby. Come on, sweetheart.
Starts hitting the dashboard.
Yeah, like he's fucking trying to get a Mustang to go. Oh, yeah, I should have greased her early.
You guys signed the papers, right?
So it was. So anyway, I have this like little bit of a panic. I got the ear things on. My dad's got them on, and I was like, oh man, like we could easily die right now. Like this is not a good. And then I like calmed myself down because the guy was like, even if the engines went out, we were over water,
right? So
you could glide into the water.
Yep.
So I like calmed down a little bit, and then I was like, wow, this is cool as shit. We could literally hear like,
which is still a scary move, the gliding over water.
Yeah,
it's still not a fun landing.
Isn't that so funny? That's how you like assuage yourself.
Yeah.
So we would go down into the water. And hope to God.
Doesn't make me feel any better.
Dude, my dad, he was a fucking trooper, and then we could hear LaGuardia, dude.
What do you mean you could hear LaGuardia?
We could hear the guy, Steven, was patching into air traffic, bro.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, so I literally heard at one point a Spanish, like, El Aeropuerto Numero, and I was like, oh, man, dude, we're, like, tapping in. You know, like, hearing all these commands and shit. Yeah. Do we have run? Do we have space? Do we have space? We got 245, needs to turn around. We got 2 minutes, you know, and I'm like, whoa, dude. And then we went over New York City. We went over Central Park.
Wow. Like that'd be a great podcast.
Like up there?
Air traffic control.
Oh, that would be
just
cool.
Tune in and listen to air traffic control.
Well, there's already something like that. It's the police. People love that shit.
You can tune into that?
I know you can do police.
It's like illegal, but you can do it.
Yeah, dude, it's cool.
I don't think you're supposed to. No.
You would love it, dude. But yeah, this guy Steven fucking gives us the flight, and then so for a part of it, my dad was able to fly it, like literally sit there,
yeah,
and like move the plane, you know. So I was like, long story short, the guy in the story with the proposal was in one of these guys, these like Cessna. He probably got a Groupon, maybe. I don't even know, right? He had his own Steven.
He's
right?
like, this is the cheapest way I could propose.
Yeah. So it starts to go down, like it starts to, and she's like freaking out, and then he hands her the instructions for how to like, because she's flying, she's like how to like check the engines and stuff. He's like, calm down, you can do the checklist. So she's like, no, you know, like she's freaking out. He's like, no, you can do the checklist, and then she like starts.
He's like, but do it quick, because we're actually going down.
So she starts going.
Read the checklist.
That's what it was like. She starts going through this checklist. It's like, look at your, you know, your gauge, your flaps, and then it's like, do you love Brandon? You know, and she's like, what? And she's like, if you love Brandon, will you marry him? Check yes. And then she's like, you know, like, you fucking asshole. She freaks out, you know.
That's nuts, man.
Classic, though, huh?
I think the move is to just kneel down after like a nice 2-hour movie.
Yeah, oh, that's not bad. What was your dad saying? I think it's about that.
It's about time we get married.
That's like Bogart. There's a certain romanticism in that. You know,
this is a true man.
That's what I'm saying. None of this like, oh, I got to do this fanfare.
Right.
You know? Fuck that shit. Although I'm not gonna lie. I like the idea of like kind of an elaborate move. Maybe you do the double move, right? You do, but then she knows, you know? You do kind of like you tell her earlier, you know? Hey, right. Then she probably knows, you know? So, that was on my list.
What was on your list?
Oh, yeah.
I don't even know how we got there. But it was good.
Yeah, eating trash.
Oh, yeah, eating trash.
Oh, the rules you would learn
Snow,
eating trash.
NYC, yeah. Salt.
Oh.
This was a bit that I was thinking about trying to do.
Okay, because I got...
But how salt is so superior to pepper. Would you agree to that statement? How if you were
it's just like what I love about it is just like how much of a stand-up comedy bit that is. I don't even know that it exists in any other universe.
But if you
salt is so much better than pepper.
But if you were to choose one for the rest of your life, you would choose salt over pepper.
Yes.
And I think everyone in the world would.
I think most people too cook with salt. Like pepper's kind of a post meal, once things are done, you pepper.
Yeah, but even
people cook with salt a lot.
I think a lot of people this needs some salt. You never hear this needs some pepper. You never just put pepper on with no salt.
I do this on one thing. Hard-boiled eggs. I like pepper.
You don't do salt? Have you had salt on the hard-boiled eggs?
Yeah, it's delicious.
It's better than pepper.
So here's my problem, but I think it's not an accurate counter-argument to what you're saying because it's a health reason. So I have sodium issues, but it's not. I would salt. So you're right. I think salt's the clear. This is kind of a good bit because you're saying it's kind of like PB&J. It's like one's clearly superior than the other, but they're lumped together.
Right. And then maybe I do a salt and pepper act out.
Because I was going to say, where do you go?
Where pepper gets sprinkled on the eggs and then the salt comes. He's like, thank God you're here.
I think that's good. I think that's got legs. I'm not going to lie. We're going to have to... Personifying salt and pepper, I think, is funny. It's funny. It's like salt shit, And if you're like really over the top,
and salt's
like,
also kind of like
God.
a hidden, and also salt's like hidden where it's like you don't even know where it is because you can't see it on most foods.
Oh, right.
It's hard to see.
Yeah. Oh, I'm here, pepper.
Yeah. Once I hit those taste buds, then I just assassinate. I don't know.
Yeah.
We'll see it at Joey Bats on Monday.
Yeah, the Monday
will be
Bats.
at Joey Bats.
This was the best week. This was the best week past week, by the way. We didn't really talk about this, but...
Yeah, go ahead.
No. We don't really need to... It was just one of the better...
Well, first of all, it
fun
was 20,
sets I've had in forever.
Dude, it's like 28 degrees outside. I don't know how my shins started getting cold through my jeans. That's why I had to leave.
Yeah, then it made sense. I forgot again to sign up.
You should need to message him.
I know. No, from now on, because I was operating under the silly...
Did you give him $2 or no?
Yeah, I gave him $4. It was not that. It's my dumb ass thought if I get there early, when you show up, we'll have precedent. And it has none.
I think it should to a certain extent.
You would think.
A little bit.
Right? And this is why I wasn't totally wrong, I don't think. But he did put me up sooner than he had to.
Yeah.
But it was still like an hour after you left.
Yeah.
It was a while.
I always just message him. I send him the $2 and I say,
yeah,
anywhere in the first 4 groups.
Yeah.
I don't really care. I'm not going anywhere.
No. I had a fucking great time too. That was the thing. And then I had a fun set. And then I was like, oh, this is
When did you get up?
Like much like, probably like an hour before it was done.
And people are still there?
Yeah. But they started like pushing back. This is why it was great. They started kind of like pushing back a little bit, like meaning from the stage.
Right.
They were hanging out in the back. People were around. So I had to kind of shock them into like listening a little bit. So it was fun.
And were there new comics showing up basically every 10 minutes to get their set in?
Yeah, it's been steady like that the last couple of times I've gone, or at least I've gone 3 times. It's like been like pretty.
What time did you get up? You think 8?
8:15, maybe a little earlier.
Maybe that's the move. Maybe next time I'll tell.
Yeah,
Nico, I'll be like, put me up at 8.
But
put me up towards the end.
Now you're really turning into me. I had a chip a couple times at Buddha. They started hating me. I was like, put me up in the beginning of the second half. They're like, what? No one's ever wanted or used a chip for this location. I used to sometimes chip it or into like the middle of the second half because I knew I've
always thought that if you chip it and you stay the entire mic, you should get your chip back.
Yeah, that's a really good policy.
Yeah,
you should tell him that because that actually incentivizes staying.
Hey Lawrence, I got some ideas about the chip system that you got over there.
Well, you're a good business. You get the fucking acumen going. That's a smart idea. I like chipping it into the mid-second half because you're in a really precarious spot.
Right.
But then the stakes are so low that there's often this kind of fun, loosey-goosey.
But also there's an allure where everyone's now paying attention. Like this guy. Why did he want to go up in the second half? Now we have to pay. It's so out of left field that they have to pay attention.
All I remember one time.
By the way, for the listener, A chip is this thing that you get awarded at an open mic where you get the next time you go, you get to pick wherever you want to go up.
That's right. So you could choose to go first and then fucking go home, which makes a lot of sense. Let me tell you.
Here's another thing that pissed me off is when people would chip it and go third because they didn't want to go first because the room wasn't warm yet. I'm like, just go first.
This is the best,
you loser.
This is the best, too, because that's the conventional wisdom. The 3-4 spot, peeps go, they'll be warm, but they won't be tired. You know this thing where people go, they'll be warm, but they won't be tired. And then you and then the person who chips into there, all the comics are just mean to him.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, fuck you.
And there'll be like a chip, like the mic will start, and they'll pull things out of the bucket, like, thank God there are no chip winners. And then they'll be like, and then third is whoever, and then everyone's like, oh, that fucking. And then and then like after him, they'll pick another person out of the bucket. And then, all right, fifth is chip winner, and I'm like, who's picking fifth?
Bro, one time I just remember this. Mike Calcagno shouts. Mike's the man.
Shouts Mike Calcagno.
He found out I chipped it into the second half. I've never seen such confusion on a man's face.
Anger, probably.
Yeah,
There's probably a bit of anger in him. Where he was like, he questioned reality.
Mike is a man of efficiency, and he's a fucking smart guy.
Yes.
And he was just like, are you like really sure?
Everyone's heads when you got up in the second half with a chip was like this. Everyone's was at a 90-degree angle.
Which is honestly part of what I love about, because then I get this fun. Already there's kind of a joke going on, right? Which is like, is this moron just chip into this spot? And then I go up and do what I do, which is, oh, you didn't have anything anyway.
First of all, bring it back. Tilting the head when you're confused.
Oh, yeah.
We need to bring...
Wait, did you just say that he chipped into this spot? No one's here. You know? It was even great, you know, like it was like there was the mass exodus moment in mics where everyone decides, there's like this weird point in mics before the end of the mic where everyone decides the mic's over. You know this part? They go, oh, this mic's over. Usually it's someone comes up, says something very racist, and then proceeds to just bomb.
Yeah.
And everyone goes...
And start blaming the room for not laughing.
Yeah.
What? You guys PC? It's like, no, it just wasn't funny.
And then everyone gets up and it's like, it's time to have a cigarette.
Right.
Or go outside. Like, it's a weird... It's just an exodus. And then you're fucking in the real tasty zone. You're like, oh,
that builds a stronger comic, too. Yeah. Going up when half the room just left. So anyone that's still in the room is pissed off because they know when they go up, no one's going to be there. Also, it's towards the end of the mic, so everyone's just upset. And you have to choose whether you're going to do the material that you planned on doing.
Right.
Or whether you're going to comment on the room.
Right.
Or what's the game plan.
Yeah.
And usually the mixture is a little bit of both. You want to do a little bit of both.
That's right. Or if you're good, that actually makes a really good guy, too, is a guy that can go up at that point and just do his stuff and be like, eat my fucking ass. Right. I'm coming at you, and it's going. And it's going well. You'll see guys do that.
When people are bombing, and then people start complaining, they're like, well, material's not working in this room.
Yeah.
And then some guy goes up, and he's like, in his head, he's like, I'm going to still do material.
That's right.
These guys are losing. And then he just
that was Mike.
Pounds through material.
Mike religiously did that. You would be like, oh, yeah, no. Oh, that's right. You definitely could have done you could have done jokes in here. It's not a problem, you know? But like you get it. Yeah. You get it in your head. Also, there's this weird thing where like when the exodus happens, you now are sort of forced to at least mention the exodus and like the resulting linger.
Right.
You know, because it's thick. Like a lot of times what was said is now still sitting in the air.
Yeah.
You know, it's not something small. You know, I remember one time this guy, like, Kobe had died, like, 2 days before. And he just, like, attacked his, like, character. And you were like, oh, man, we're in a weird place.
The best is after someone bombs in that scenario, then they go and sit down just to watch the next person or two to make sure that they don't do well, just to justify their bomb. Like, well, I need to see. What I sometimes would do is if everyone's bombing and like it's towards the end of the mic, I'll go up and I'll be like, well, Rich had a pretty good set, huh? Like, I'll bring up someone it's not totally done.
Oh, that's funny. That's funny.
Like,
because
give
you're
props
trying.
to someone.
I'll do the same thing. You're trying to just like. Your psyche has been so exploded when you really bomb. This is what people got to understand. Like, it's not that you like bomb. It's that the floor has come out from under you. Nothing will ever be the same, right?
Yeah.
Everything you thought was going to go the way you thought is now gone. You're in a new world.
Which is a great piece of advice for comedians just starting out going to open mics.
Yeah.
Forget everything you know.
That's right. You have to repurpose.
Everything in reality doesn't exist.
That's
just
right.
accumulate information when you're in there.
Yeah. No, it's true. You have to like repurpose your psyche.
Right.
So no, like this is what you were doing. This is what I do. This is what you do is you eat it and then you're like, okay, I've got to start building my self-esteem again. Hey, Rich had a pretty good set. You're trying to like trying to make a friend.
Because people think it's funny when someone goes up there and comments on someone else doing good when they're trying to do good themselves. And after everyone bombs. The worst is when a host goes up there and starts like yelling at the comics for not laughing. Come on, guys, let's have fun in here.
Oh yeah. The projection.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, this room's.
I'm like, how about someone just does good? How about this is actually what's supposed to happen? It's the worst comics in New York assembled in a room. That's what an open mic is. It shouldn't be laughter.
Here's the thing, though. I will say, though. Yeah, there's a truth to that. There's also a truth to the fact that there's some of the best comedy you'll see too, like very good comedy. There's good comics, but what you'll see is you will see this thing where like, and I noticed this from comics where they're like, not only are they, this is what's funny about comics. This is what makes you get better so fast. Not only are they deciding whether they're not in a neutral state. They're not deciding whether or not to laugh. That's generally the state of an audience.
Yeah.
There is a different state people who watch that much comedy go into, which is I'm decidedly not going to be laughing.
Right.
It's a different. It's not a judgment. It's just the amount you're seeing places you into a place where you're like, I've seen so much of this. I'm not even neutral on it anymore. You know what I mean? Like, you're gonna have to come in here and slap me and pull me out of my despair.
That's when people start looking and they're like, oh, you guys aren't gonna laugh. It's like, I've seen all of this.
That's part of what's going on.
I've seen 1,000 jokes this week. And also I've seen all of these jokes that you're doing last night.
That's also part of it, right? So then you're hanging, you're in your phone, you're not paying attention, you're not even wanting. So there is a mix to where the guys are, oh, come on guys, have a little energy. It's like, yeah, there's like a grain of truth, but it's like that's not what's gonna bring up the energy. Come on, guys, have a little bit of energy.
Right.
They're going to go, fuck you.
Right.
You son of a bitch.
Yeah.
So, but this was a good, that was a fun,
Who was that guy? I forget his name, but I always thought he was funny.
Oh my God, dude.
I'm
trying to do a sketch of him. Christian. Dude, that kid's really funny, man. He had me dying, bro. The I'll be home for Christmas. Really though? The questioning, we're dude, it's the singer. Man, I was fucking.
The thing
dying.
that I really like about him is that he doesn't abandon a premise if it's bombing at first.
Yeah, that's right.
He will continue to chip away at that premise.
That's right. Yeah, that's strong. That's what we were talking about. There's like a forthrightness to staying in.
Because I always used to see him at Climate, and he would always be laugh
yeah. He was funny. I mean, he was funny when
What's the sketch that you're doing with him? Did he bring up the sketch to you?
Yeah, he wants me to play these two coleslaw brothers, the Slaw brothers, and we like taste coleslaw. He's pretty. You got to check his YouTube out. He's got like 100,000 views on something or something like that.
No,
I swear to God, dude, it's fucking hilarious.
We'll watch it after this.
Mad funny.
So he does a bunch of sketches.
I don't know if he does a bunch. What he told me that I found out when I mentioned the short to him, which I didn't know, is he actually does music for stuff like that. He does sound and like stuff for films.
Me too.
Yeah, you do. You do. I mean, that's what you do.
I wouldn't say I do it. I've done it. I don't do it.
No. You do it. You do it. That's I guess you've done. How cool would that? That's a cool idea though. The package, right, on the way up.
I think that's a fantastic. Yeah. Whatever you want to do, but let's write it in for like.
I think that's a cool plot point to like pick up a package on the way up.
Right.
That's yours, and then also be like, because I haven't seen you in a long time, right? So I'm like,
also
Greg?
also the best part about that too is that I have got 6 episodes.
Yeah.
Where it's all starting more or less in the same. So anything that will put a different twist.
Right.
To the coming on up part of it.
Exactly.
Helps.
That's what I like about it. It's
like
it'd
be great if you opened it up on the way up.
Oh, that's funny.
Like you're
too.
like that. Because your character
now you're talking right. Because I'm such a fucking fratty prick.
Yeah, and like you're like your whole thing is that you're. What is it called when you're?
That's good, man.
Like,
I like that.
Exceeding your welcome. What's that called?
Overstaying your welcome.
Yeah,
I thought I had
kind of like that.
Yeah. Wearing out.
Yeah, so that would just layer on.
Yeah.
More. That would just set the tone for what type of guy you are.
That's a brilliant move to have me open it. Yeah. I could do that too because I could be like, I'm gonna fuck. You're my boy. Miller. Oh, I'll see what he's got.
Yeah.
Which is such a dick move. I love that. I love that little twist.
Yeah.
On Come On Up. What time's the Duke game?
It's on in 8 minutes.
Oh.
We should.
This is a crisp ep then.
We could just have a crisp ep. Here's what I want to do.
This would be the first. Yeah, we just have a crisp ep. I think people out there are going to be in trouble.
I think people are. This has been a pretty rock solid ep.
This has been a primo ep.
It's almost like we just clip everything. You know what I mean? We just have 100. We just have. Probably an hour, 10 minute.
What do we have like?
We could have 11
5-minute clips.
11 5-minute clips.
Yeah.
What I did want to do.
Yeah. Tell me what.
Is plug Colin Quinn's new book. It's called Overstated. He's not affiliated with the podcast at all. He doesn't know either of us.
Are you reading it?
Yeah, I just got it. I think it'd be pretty funny. But Colin Quinn, Overstated. I hope Colin kind of sees this and gives us a little revenue share, right?
Yup. By the way, Colin Quinn, a real hero of mine.
Really?
Yup. I can't really go into too much.
I think you've told me, but you don't want to put that.
Yeah.
But here are some of the things that people have said about the book. The Kirkus review. The author lands his punches, spares neither right nor left leaning terrain.
Oh, that's
pretty good.
Yeah. No, because he does both sides.
Yeah. The New York Times says a barstool philosopher. Which I think is kind of what you would love to be called.
Yes.
Is a barstool philosopher. Yes. Maybe not barstool since you're sober.
Me personally or you generally?
You.
Me.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I would love to be
called. Like a coffee philosopher, let's say, instead of a barstool philosopher.
No, because barstool, they're using like barstool like the Oh, are they saying like the
No, I don't think it's the brand barstool. I think what they're saying is someone that's sitting on a barstool at a bar. Isn't that crazy how barstool has just taken over? It's like what's that word? Like Uber is now an Uber.
Yes, and sub and pop. It's like barstool kind of means pop in a way to me now, like a pop philosopher.
Right.
Because it's barstool is poppy. It's like, okay, frat. What do like?
Yeah. Let's keep this crisp because I'm hoping that Colin watches it. So let's keep this. We don't want to bomb in front of Colin.
All right.
Quinn is smart, funny, and endearingly manic. Vulture.
Endearingly manic. That's nice.
Yeah. This is one that I like. Forbes says Quinn has become the comic his peers will hang around to watch from the back of the room.
Oh,
that's what we all want. He's achieved what we all want. Colin Quinn.
He's achieved what we all want.
I think all the comics would love that.
Yeah, facts.
I think if you ask a true comic, if you ask a true comic what they would want more.
I love the true you throw on
a
that.
Netflix special.
Yeah, okay.
Or wherever you go, all of the comics stop whatever they're doing.
Facts.
And that's facts.
You don't want the.
When I was doing the library, Mike, I was first starting out.
This is great. It's the library, Mike.
This is enough. Yeah,
Mike in a library.
Colin, stay listening. When I was doing the library, Mike, when I first started, right, there were a couple comics.
Yes.
I was really nervous. I didn't know what was going on.
Yep.
It was a mic in a library.
If they're in the room, you're like, oh man.
It was I was scared shitless, but
you shit yourself? You ever shit
yourself?
There
were a couple comics. No, did you? You pointed at me like you had shit yourself, where it was like a common.
No, but you fart and you go, that was risky. And then you're like, I don't have any jokes.
I'm not the fart guy at a mic, all right? I have a little more respect for the room.
All right. Joe, you got to keep going.
These people. I'm finishing the story. Colin, just stay with us. We didn't rehearse this.
Okay.
By the way, but there were a couple comics.
Yeah.
Peter Ravello.
That's so weird you said that. That was the top.
Ethan SP.
Yep.
And I think that was about it where it was noticeable. Or maybe Eagle Wit, too. Those three comics were when they went up.
Milton, too.
At the mic. Milton, too.
Milton was like,
everyone would put down their notebook and watch the comic, and I was like, these guys are the kings. I was like, these people.
Yeah, because you're also, dude. It's like in the pickup when you're playing ball. It's like it's just respect. You're like, oh, that's craft respect.
Right.
Right. Craft cheese.
If you're buying Colin's book,
but Miller, what is it about? You gotta.
I don't know.
No, it says over because he's.
I'm just trying to get Colin to text me or something. I don't know.
Because he's a constitutional guy. You know this. He talks a lot about the Constitution. And as
he's
a law
also.
Guy
Let me find his credentials.
That's the George Washington.
Social commentator and writer and star of Red State, Blue State, and Unconstitutional. Right.
There you go.
So basically, what he does, it's a roast of the 50. There are 50 states, right? Yeah.
Oh, that's what it is.
A coast-to-coast roast of the 50 states.
Love
he goes through each state.
Love it. Texas, you're fat. Florida's old. Right?
Right.
Well, that was pretty good.
Here's some. You should write for Colin.
Dude, plugging other people's products has to be a part of.
That's what we're gonna do. Every episode, we're gonna plug someone else's thing.
Brilliant.
Utah is the Church of States. Vermont, the old hippie state. Florida, the hot mess state. Arizona, the Instagram model state.
Really?
Yeah, we forgot to put on the sunglasses.
Dude, no, this is a preview. Preview for next step.
I didn't want to do the sunglasses because this is the part which Colin's going to be watching.
Colin, we love your stuff.
I really hope he watches this.
Yeah. What was the one? Instagram?
No, but here's the thing. Yeah, forget about it. Let's keep this crisp. This is already way over time.
Is the Duke game on?
Put the Duke game on. We're running the light right now. We got the light 3 minutes ago.
I love running the light.
But if you want to buy the book on Amazon, use the promo code Baby Shower Comedy.
Ooh.
You will get 0% off and give Colin the full money he deserves. Enough of these promo codes with discounts. Just give the person the whole roll of money.
That was good, Miller. That was brilliant.
And then another fun fact: it's $27.99 in the U.S., $37.99 in Canada.
All right, so maybe
there's a little foreign exchange play.
Drive down if you're in Canada.
If you're Canada,
yeah.
Well, it's Canadian dollars, so it's not just like it's not 37. It's not 37 U.S. dollars in Canada. It's 37 Canadian dollars, which translates to $29 US. So you save $1 if you drive down to the US. We need the tax money, people. We need the tax money.
Save yourself $1 on Unstated and learn about the 50 states. Get roasted.
Overstated.
Overstated.
Overstated, a coast-to-coast roast of the 50 states. And also
Connecticut, you're white and rich.
Right.
You know? Bam! That's how you
Colin,
do it.
What else? I started reading the first chapter, and that's the first line.
I got to tell you, I think it'd be copyright violation soon, depending on how much you read.
But apparently, Phil Hanley came up with the title.
Phil Hanley's a legend. Shout-outs.
Shouts to Phil Hanley.
Super shout-outs, actually, maybe.
We'll tag you in the Instagram clip, too, so you watch it.
Yeah.
He's more likely to watch than Colin Quinn, to be honest with you. He's probably on. I don't know if Colin's on Instagram. But
Phil Hanley, good title.
Also, if you're watching and you know Colin or Phil, just tell him to tell him we'll come on their we'll write for him.
We'll come on their pod. Tell them to come on our pod.
As you can see, we're very crisp.
Yep. Look at this. This has been a crisp.
I know Phil Hanley likes crisp jokes. That's, as you can see, Phil, we do the same.
Yeah. And
Mississippi, the redneck's redneck.
Oh, look at that. Oh, that's like the comics comic. See, this is going to get us in trouble now. We're just going to read his whole book. This will be funny to test the bounds of copyright violation. Listen, next week
we're going to read the whole book, so that if you didn't buy it, you don't really got to buy it. We'll just read the whole thing.
And Shades Ep maybe next week, huh? Shades Ep for sure next week. I'm going to start doing this when we're wrapping up to kind of have a little urgency. You know how some people start doing that? They'll start, if we have papers, they'll start clipping the papers down. That's brilliant, Miller. Yeah, all right, next people. Week, listen, we're going to do Shades. Right, we're going to do Shades. 2 weeks. No. 2 weeks out, 3 weeks out, 2 weeks out, we're going to have the short guys on here. Right. Kyle, Cal. Right. What are they going to be doing? They're going to be chatting. We're going to do some BTS videos. Yep. We're going to be chatting it up. And, yep. We're going to Valentine's Day tomorrow, so happy Valentine's Day to all of you that have a significant other or want to have a significant other. And the rest of you, step up, Don't be so lonely. Think Hinge is going to be off the charts tomorrow on Valentine's Day? I bet Hinge. Listen, I'm on Hinge. I'm going to be bopping on. You're going to have a smooth line? One time on New Year's Eve, I was talking to this girl on Hinge, and then at midnight I go, look at this. Look at us already spending New Year's together. She dug it. She was like, yeah. You sent her a video of you kissing the screen? My brother I need to tell you my brother's smooth. My brother. Oh no, we're losing. We're go. All right, we got time. Duke sucks this year. We can be late on the Duke game. Epilogue. Here's the last thing I'll say. My brother had a very smooth move, which I used to copy. What's that? Where if he was going to message a girl for the first time, right? To copy, yeah. He would videotape a piece of paper and him writing down like something like wine or cocktails. Ooh. And then so instead of texting, he would send a video of him writing it down. Personalize it. Your brother's clearly read How to Win Friends and Influence People. Is that what? I've read. I didn't think that was in it. Is it How to Win Friends and Influence People from the 1970s? Yeah. It's like a business book, but actually, I don't know if it's in it. I'm just saying it. But you personalize stuff. All right. You personalize stuff, Yeah. It gives it a little more of a touch. Yeah. The text is like, hey, you want to get something to drink? Right. The video's like, oh, look at this. He spent a little bit of time. Which is exactly what we're doing with Colin Quinn. We're not just sending him a text. We're promoting his book. That's right. And we're definitely not. What I really want is that I'm hoping that this was clipped out. For some reason, the camera didn't pull it up. So all you can see is the top of a book. What are we promoting next week? Well, you'll have to tune in. Tune in to next week for what we're promoting. Yeah. Tune in, baby. 118.